Alrighty. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to House and Garden Flipper, episode 106. We are heading back to our garden today. We're going to be doing a utility garden for the Apocalypse Flipper house bunker that we've just flipped for LoneWolf037. There we go. Come into land. So basically what we're doing is we're going to leave those big tall trees that were in there. He doesn't seem to be much of one for fancy stuff, so we're going to just give him a quick basic run through. I'm actually looking forward to finalizing him as a client, because it means on the next house that I do with a bunker, I can actually have some fun, which will be exciting. So modern gardens do not like an excess of plants. Maybe that's what I did last time with my modern garden. All right, so here we are in the outside. I won't drag you through again. Oh, that's right. We had to start with whippersnipping simply because I hadn't done everything there was. I really want to try putting a garden shed down over the... All right, let's just get this bit done. I wanted to try putting a garden shed down over the top of the bunker exit in the garden, but I don't know if it's actually going to let me do that. So we'll find out in a minute exactly how much it will or won't let me get away with. It can be pretty finicky sometimes. Alright, just going to neaten up the lawn. I know, I mean, in an apocalypse you probably want your house to be looking a little bit abandoned, just so that people don't come and borrow your supplies, but then again, maybe you want it to be a haven that people know to come to so they can help you with your survival. I think LoneWolf037 says it all with his name, though. He doesn't look like much of a group survivalist. I mean, so you know, it's a bit of a bargain. You've got a balance between trying to survive in a group which has its own set of liabilities and advantages, or trying to survive on your own, which again has its own set of liabilities and advantages. So it's really up to the survivalist, I guess. The way he has the place set up, though, I kind of get the feeling he's making it less of a home and more of a point he can come to, like a set of... It's like he's got a set of places he can go to. I'm still a bit perplexed as to why he doesn't think he needs to sleep, though. I'm just going to whippersnip into the shed, into the hedge. Because that seems to be the only way to get all the grass, is sometimes you've just got to whippersnip into the hedge because the fence line is behind it. And we are nearly there with this one. We'll just take that through. There we go. Oh yeah, best to toddle over here and get rid of these bits. It shouldn't take us too long. There we are. I had bushes down where those are, so very foolishly forgot to sell them before we went through. Alright, that's that bit. I'm using the mini map just to guide where I'm pointing them with the snipper. There we go. Okay. Just get this way. That's all done. And we'll just get that way. And we'll just get all of this bit done. There we go. And we'll just get this bit done. Okay, so what I'm looking for on the mini map is just the darker patches of grass where the long grass is that I've missed. So there's something over here, yeah. All right, and now I'm going to go into the hedge and just snip in the hedge as best I can. So basically I'm just trying to eliminate all of that dark green that you can see in the mini map. So this is probably more important for when you're doing a mission. If any of the missions it says you've got 90-something% grass and you can't work out where the rest is, just look in your mini map and see if you've got any dark green patches under your hedge line. and then just kind of aim you with the snipper into your hedge line. Alright, and there's a triangle of grass over here, and I think there's one about there. Oh my gosh, who mowed this lawn? Oh wait, yeah, I know who mowed this lawn. There we are. Let's just swoosh over this way. Oh, okay, it's a tree. Alright, I'm not going to get too finicky because I'm going to bury it in garden mulch in a minute. So, get this bit done. Whoops. Oh wow, what am I thinking? Let's go. Right, let's try that trick again. Brilliant. And my mini map has up. If you put away your whippersnipper, the mini map showing the grass will vanish. Okay. Alright, we're not going to do anything too fancy. We're going to give this guy a wide variety of food options and maybe some biodiversity so that if he loses one crop, he's still got another one he can choose from. This is probably going to involve a bit of digging, so bear with me. So I'm thinking we're going to go with the edible plant section. I don't know too much about grapes, so we're just probably going to go with a number of different ones. I'm going to stick this one about here, and then we'll have one. Hang on. Alright, this is probably going to be easier if I switch between them, then I can work out the spacing. That's just going to be tedious, unfortunately. Grab the ferment vine. So what we're doing is we're putting in different species, hopefully, and hopefully if one gets a pest or a bug that devastates it, he's still going to have something to either make painkillers from or to have food from. So we're going to just dump these along his wall line. The added advantage is once these things grow, he's maybe has a little bit of extra insulation and protection from the sun, and it'll make him harder to find, which I'm pretty sure LoneWolf037 probably would like to be. Is difficult to find because he just seems to be like that's what he prefers. So we'll give him the option of having this. The only problem with doing a food garden, of course, is it provides a source of food, which is also bound to attract company. So 37 is just going to have to decide what he wants, whether he wants to be able to eat easily and risk having company he didn't invite, whether he wants to have to travel out every day and risk having company follow him home that he didn't invite. So I mean, it's, you know, he's not going to win either way. So we'll give him the option by putting in a survivor's garden, and he can choose what he wants to do from there. The other thing, I mean, what I'd like to do is put in a few medicinal herbs and things, and I don't mean medicinal with the, you know, little flashy fingers. I mean actual medicinal herbs. So yeah, I mean, we've got lavenders. That's good for antiseptics. But anyway, we shall pop in what we can, and hopefully, young Lone Wolf will be happy with what he gets. We'll find out. We're also going to put in a bit of an orchard. Again, it's a pro and a con. I mean, he's got the food that he needs, but he also risks attracting company that he doesn't need with a garden like this. I mean, it would be easier just to run around with one kind of plant and just put it in, but then I wouldn't get the spacing, and I'd probably muck it up and spend more time putting the spacing in than I do just switching between them. All right, nearly done. Okay, so that's his grapevines. This little section we're going to put in Okay, we're going to work along his fence line first. Now, if I was him, I wouldn't want intruders, so I'd put roses in, because they would be a deterrent, you know, but that would be just me. I'd also put in nettles, but nettles are good from a number of points of view. So what we'll do is we'll just give this nice man a bunch of, I'm thinking, I mean, I could go with roses. Roses produce rose hips. Rose hips are edible. And then he has the dual purpose thing. They look like fairly thorny rose bushes. We're going to use rebus, which are red. Red currants. I might put in red roses, or is it yellow? Maybe yellow. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to evenly space these along his fence line. Actually, am I doing a hedge? We're going to do a rose hedge. There we go. I think you'll find one of the things they say in a utility garden is you intersperse the flowers with the edibles. In this case, what we're doing is we're just interspersing the edible flowers with the recognized edibles. So we'll do this. Blackberries are thorny, actually. I wonder if we've got any of those. So it's going to look like a nice garden, but it's going to have a purpose for everything that goes in it. It's really seriously not helping me. Let's try this. Good thing about the ones that you can stick straight in the ground is you can pull them out and maneuver them around, which you can't do for anything else. Alrighty. So there's his front fence line. Let's see if we can get some blackberries to go in with that lot. I only saw, so we got rebus. Those are currants, that's right, not berries. Cornus mass, raspberries. I mean, in Australia we can't plant the blackberries because they're a pest. So so that's that. All right, so there's no blackberries to go in there. Let's go with where are my flowers again? Let's go with a medicinal instead. I should have some lavender in here somewhere. And you can eat some of the fern buds as well. So we'll go with the lavender for a medicinal purpose. It should also keep the neighbours happy. You know, if your garden looks nice, they're less likely to get cranky with you and come over and pay you a visit. So given that our client likes to have his own space, let's just spin that, see if we can actually, no, that's not going to fit. Given our client likes to have his own space, what we'll do is we'll give his neighbours no reason to come and visit him. He's just going to have to remember to prune them. Alrighty. Okay, so it looks pretty and it's practical. And so you've got your thorny roses as a deterrent. You've got your lavender as a, oh, and for rose hips. You've got your lavender for medicinal purposes and other bits and pieces. And now what we're going to do is put something in here. What we might do is put roses as a center line, and then around the edges we're going to put berry bushes. And we might just continue with that yellow rose theme as well. I wonder if there are nasturtiums in here. They're an edible as well. And there's ferns, which are also, like I said, if you get the right ferns, you can eat the little curly bits at the top. Get the wrong ferns and you make yourself sick. Don't get oleander, that's a poison. There we go. Let's just continue with our yellow theme. And we want to buy many of these. And actually, if I'm going to make a center line, I should probably make sure I put it in the center. All right. Okay, now can I do the same thing with the lavender, I wonder? Not if I want to put berry bushes in. Okay, so the next thing we're going to put in, we're going to go back into our edibles, and we're going to go with, we can do blueberries, raspberries, and the rebus, which are currants. So again, we're going to go for a little bit of biodiversity, which I forgot to do with the roses. And we're just going to intersperse these guys. Hopefully I can gauge enough distance between them that it'll work. Probably just grab that one and just bring it down a bit. Alrighty, and we need our raspberries. Buy a ton of these, pop them in the middle. Alright, maybe not a ton. And then along the front line we need something shorter. So let's see if the rebus fit the bill. I've got black currant, red currant, and white currant. Let's alternate our black and red. And we're going to alternate it with the plants behind us. Whoa, we're not going to alternate it with that though, that's too tall. Okay, I'm trying to remember my edible flowers now. Let's go with flower beds. Chrysanthemums ringing a bell. Salvias ringing a bell is something I shouldn't. Adonis, Finalis, Iris, Nepeta. Alright, there's probably a few of these I'm missing that we could use. Geraniums. Geraniums, depending on your geranium, dwarf rhododendrons. Can I use ferns? Let's have a look at these things. We can get them in the front. Normally these things would require a sheltered environment, but let's see how we go. No, okay, that's not going to do what I want it to. I'm sulking. Hosta, plantains, plantain lilies. Do plantain lilies have plantains on the bottom of them? Because that's inedible. Vine, thick vines, common lilac, daylilies, not oleanders, sunflowers. Sunflowers, awesome. They're tall though, but that's they'll fit. Probably not in there though. Alrighty, I'm just going to leave that blank for a minute, try and work out what I want in it. What did I end with? The blueberries, right. So 3 lots of blueberries, 2 lots of raspberries, and that's just for this section. And 1 in the center, and 1 up the end. And raspberries. Come, don't be awkward, there we go. Alrighty, we are going to put down, I don't suppose they have nasturtiums, do they? N-A-S-T? No. Alrighty, we're going to use strawberries as our bottom layer. I forgot these little guys can go in pretty much anywhere. I'm going to try and get them to go in pretty much anywhere. For some reason my mouse is being really awkward today. It's not liking this one little bit. And strawberries spread, so if you put in a few, you'll end up getting more because they go by runner. For some reason, I just can't get anything to come in along that front line. Alrighty. What have I got? Zucchinis are too big, pumpkins are too big, cucumbers is too spreading. Carrots might work. Let's go with our flower beds. Decorative grasses, edibles, conifers, no. we're going to go for marigolds because they also have an edible purpose, and we could also theoretically go for bing bing bing, where are we? Lilacs. Something's ringing a bell with lilacs. It's been a while since I did any survival studies. Geraniums are another one. So let's stick with the blue. Alright, this is really annoying me. Trying to get the pointer here. Oh, I see what's happening. Alright, so the pointer's just not pointing where the flowers are going, that's what I'm doing wrong. Alrighty, we can do this. Alright, we'll smack some of these down. I know, he's probably going to take one look at this garden and go, what on earth are the flowers are for? And I'm just going to have to explain that he can eat them. And he should stop complaining. Now, if he doesn't like them, he can always take a bobcat to them. So what seems to be the problem is my pointer is pointing about 2 feet below where I want anything to go, and then the object is getting torn between the automatic placement and yeah, alrighty. Okay, let's go with the marigolds. So it kind of looks pretty and it kind of looks, you know, messy at the same time, but it is a utility garden. Oh, swear. Alright, this is seriously not working for me. It's possible I need to just shut a few things down and let my computer have a bit more memory space. Let me just, give me 2 ticks. Let's see if that improves performance. No, okay. Frustrating as frustrating. So what I was hoping was to get the these interspersing of flowers in along here, but that's not going to happen for some odd reason. So I'm just going to live with what I've got and what I can manage in here. And then I'm just going to move on to the next patch of garden. Right, that looks like it. Okay. So that's one section of edible. We're going to also put a section down here, and in behind there we're going to have garden beds. So we'll grab our flower beds and we'll grab our yellow roses again because they make a great border. And buy a few of those. Probably not too many. I reckon we can get 3 in before I... Nope, 2. And then we'll go with our lavender. There it is. I've got to also remember to put in the these things. Okay, so this will be where we put our first garden bed. We're going to line that area with edibles. And we're going to do that same thing with the blueberries. Actually, we may actually move to not blueberries, but rebus. There we go. So we're going to go blue and red with these guys. And then we're going to grab our reds and put them in the middle. Okay, we're going to have to come forward. Okay. All right, let's put those in the ground just quickly. hate going between the shovel and the planting. It just feels faster to do it this way. If you get on target. There we go. Looks like I haven't dug enough in each of these. So if your plants won't go in, just check you've dug the hole deep enough. In my case I hadn't, so there you go. So you get a better idea of what the size is going to be once you put them in. And sometimes you'll luck out. If they're planted close enough together, they will water in themselves as you water the one beside it. Alrighty, let's go with our lavender again. And I've just decided it's probably easier to do this. Except maybe put in many, because that would make sense. Okay, that won't fit there. It will fit there. And it will fit. Oh, it won't fit. Okay. Take it back. We have a rather messy looking garden going. Right. This section we're going to put pumpkins probably. Let's put a pumpkin patch in here. I think I can get 2 in possibly. Let's just pivot them. And then what we do is we'll grab the next one and we'll just shift it round the other way and then just pivot it until we can fit it in. We'll just back it up. Massive. 1 pumpkin patch. Almost done. No, is done. Okay. Right, so you can walk through the pumpkin patch to get to those things. Actually, I'm going to use some plants to fence off the area and delineate it just a little bit more. So we're going to grab our edibles and we're going to grab our rebus again. Yeah. And I'm going to use them as a probably only need to put in about 2. I don't think I can fit one in the middle, no. Let's just grab that. Now I can fit the 3rd. Alrighty, we'll get these guys in. So the problem with Garden Flipper is that the choices you make in the gardens currently only advance the price of your house, so you can make 50% more or 40% more or whatever. But I do believe that they're working to integrate the choices you make with your gardens to have effect with your clients. Me, I just role play it. It's just like, oh yeah, if this was this client, he would do that. Maybe. Alrighty. Let's just move that back to a green point. Put that one in, because they're close together. We're going to put blueberries and probably raspberries in under our grapes. I'm trying to remember what the companion plant is for them, but I can't. Typical. Extra dig. E. So this is the slow part of Garden Flipper, where you put things in. But so far we've got 1 garden bed going. We're going to put a second one in here. And then I'm probably going to come along and use mulch all the way through. So in this area, we might as well drop in our zucchinis, possibly. Okay, let's make it cucumbers. There we go. I'm going to buy many because I can fit quite a few. So this is our cucumber patch. And then we're just going to flip it that way. So it's kind of a bit Tetrisy. Flip it that way, get that going. All right, flip that this way, bring it down. Okay. And then we're going to run. I could stick with the same plant. Actually, I will stick with the same plants here because I'm going to put currants and blueberries along the wall. So I'll just grab that. We'll grab the rebus. We'll grab the blue. Actually, I did blue last time. Let's intersperse that with a red. And I haven't used the white yet, so all I'm doing is using these things as a fence, as an edible fence. It also means that you've got these bushes growing in the yard that make it very hard to see exactly what else is growing in the yard. So, well, they make it harder to see what else is growing in the yard. I'm thinking I might actually put another one. So just grab one of those. We're going to put it here if we can. No, not going to be cooperative. These things have a really big collision area. All right, fine. We're just going to use a different bush then. Down to probably those, because they will cooperate a little bit better, I think. I could be wrong. All right, so now you've got like a more concealed area. So what you're growing isn't quite as obvious to everybody in the neighborhood. Okay, we've done some raspberries. Let's do some blueberries. There they are. And I'm using the quick shortcutty method of having bought it before. This is what we'll use. I'm going to intersperse the blueberries with something else. So I'm just going to put them in there. We might just get this guy in. Okay, hold to pick up means I can't plant it where I thought I could. Now I can. 3 digs. So I'm thinking this is probably the sort of garden that I'll use for each of the preppers, simply because I can't imagine them really wanting to have a garden, a frivolous garden or a garden that some of us would enjoy just from its entertainment value. Most of them would be geared to ensuring their survival, so they would be wanting to put in plants that would help them do that. It's eventually going to let me plant it. There we go. They might use slightly different plants, but we're restricted to the variety that we've got. So in here we're going to put our raspberries again. Like I said, I'd be inclined to go for blackberries simply because they're unfriendly, but I would also be interspersing them with these. Okay, so there's our survival garden along the wall. What we need to do next, so we're going to need to put in some kind of path just to make it look tidy, and we're also going to put in, like I said, we're going to put in some mulch, pretend that's good garden soil. We're going to need to have a mulch box, probably up in the back, and we might use those to screen where the entrance is for the actual bunker. Okay, and this section we are going to need, where are my plants? There we go. Another kind of plant, probably a so we've got our cucumis, we've got our pumpkins in. Let's go with our zucchini. Might as well get the vines out of the way while we can. Just wriggle that way, move it forward there. Okay, we're going to pivot it the other way and just back up. Oh man, that is even bigger than the pumpkin vine. That's huge, ludicrously huge. Okay, cool. Grab that rebus again. I think it's probably still close to the top. It's still the red ones for this section, and we're going to put it, where did I see that green? There we go. Pop that straight in. There it is. It's really hard to garden in the dark. So, alrighty. We are now going to use our blueberries, our black currants. Like I said, if he gets a pest or something in, maybe he's only going to lose one lot of his crop and not all of it. Okay. I like that you can dig through the plants. It could be really awkward otherwise. Oh nice, I can overlap some of these. That's pretty cool. All right. Alrighty. Okay, so they're all in. I'm not going to really be able to put a fence down. I suppose I could try. Let's just give that that red currant another go. Yep, that'll do. So all we're doing is just trying to mask the contents of the veggie patch from prying eyes. There we go, that's sort of okay. I need to put a black currant in that one, if I can get it onto the end. Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen. Alright, so this next section here, which we can barely see, what else have we got? So we've got black currants, we've got red currants. Okay, so we're down to our carrots, bush cocktail tomatoes. I might pop those up against the wall on the other side. I don't know what a chanamelias is. I know it's edible, so I suppose I should put that in. I really keep swearing I need to look that up. Let's get our strawberry patch in, because that will be fun. We're just going to go for something relatively square if we can. No, that's not going to cooperate. Alright, that should be enough of those. We'll duck back to these things. I haven't done white currants yet. Let's put a bunch of those in. Alright, that looks like everything's tucked back far enough that it shouldn't matter. Let's go with the putting in of the plants. Pretty sure I put 4 of these down. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. Okay, that's fine. Let's just dig it and see what we have left. Pretty sure there's another one in there. No, there's only 3. Okay. What I'm hoping is that the other 2 will water in at the same time. There we go. So it saves me a little bit of time. So we've got red, black, white. I suppose we could go black, red next just to put it in. Let's go with our lettuce and our carrots next. So I think we're almost at the end of the gardening bits. Okay, we haven't got the bush tomatoes in. Alright, let's go with our lettuce then. Okay, we're going to just have to eyeball it as best we can in the dark. And it seems to work better if you come down from the fence line. Okay, that's your lettuces. We'll get a bit of daylight in here soon. Something also tells me this guy probably won't want garden lights. Pretty sure of that. Gonna need another white currant to go there. Okay, so basically go with our black. What we're doing now is just fencing off our lettuce patch. With so many currants close together, I don't know whether or not the it'll work. Alright, I'm just trying to find the, oops, that one. And this one. And tap that, tap that. And that one, there, we're good. And go with the covering. And that one. That should be all of them. Alright, and last but not least, we're going to put in carrots. Oh no, I've got carrots and tomatoes, don't I? Yeah, but the last garden bed will be carrots. The tomatoes are going on the back wall. Okay, plants, edibles, carrots, buy many. Alright. Not sure why I can't fit. It's a really big gap right in the middle of my carrot patch. go with the carrots. There is a Steam achievement for planting carrots. You have to really like planting them though. This is why I was leaving the carrots to last, because they just take so long to do. Alright, I think our carrot patch is big enough. Okay, carrots are done. Oh boy, that's atrocious. Okay, and we will go back to our Dulcus Corota, huh? Let's go with our chain of mealies this time. And we're going to pop those as a fence down this way if we can get them in. Looks like they have some kind of little yellow berry on them. And I am going to have to plant them. Okay, that's fine. So the thing with Garden Flipper is there is it involves a lot of digging, as you would expect in a garden. Where's my other one? There it is. But you can get some different effects as you work your way through. All right, that's that one done. Okay, so they're all planted in. The carrots are planted in. So really, to just finish off this section, what we need to do is pop in a path. I'll just have a look and see what surfaces we've got. Wood shavings, coloured gravel, bark. Right, let's try it without having to go. There's also sand, but we don't want to plant our things in sand. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the bark to give us an approximation of dirt or mulch. And we're just going to pretty much colour in our vegetable patches. Give it as square an edge as I can manage. I mean, we could just do the entire garden's bed with the dirt, but it would work. So we'll just grab that. And what that'll do is it'll give us the impression of where the garden beds start and stop, which is pretty much all of this place is under gardens, so we'll just get all of that done. Okay, I'm going to grab this bit here, run a strip of dirt up under that, and then we're going to fix the cucumber patch. Put a line of this along the house if we can. There we go. Oops. Oh, that's right. Remembering, of course, that with your house line it will stop you pouring your gravel effect, so you're going to have to just keep coming in and out to get that done. Otherwise you'll have this grass in along your wall. Okay. Okay, let me just jump over that. All right. Okay. Alright, now he knows he doesn't have to water his garden, so in an apocalypse when there is no water to be had, it's not going to matter quite so much because he's got a good set of mulch down. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's my road carrots. Okay, so the carrot garden bed is really kind of here. It's amazing what you can see in daylight that you can't see when you're doing it in the pitch black. Not really. Here you go. Okay, so that's the carrots done. And that's the garden path done. I might just seal that area off and make it look like it's where it should be. And now we're going to put in a path. I was tempted to use gravel, but I think what we might use is, let's just buy a block for... Uh-oh. Oh no, let's not do that. Let's try again. Alright, for some reason it didn't want to show last time. There we go. And again we can do the same with this space. Put our dirt down. I know I said I wasn't going to gravel, but I forgot I had to put in dirt, or in this case bark chippings. So, because if you're doing a survival garden, you want to make it a sustainable garden as well, because that way you don't need to water it when things get bad. Alright. Just give it a little bit of a... Yep, swirly bits, we're good. Okay, that bit's done. This bit just needs something. Don't ask me what, I'll work it out in a minute. Bark squares we've done. Wood shavings I think was what I was going to go for because it's a different texture. That's right, I forget there's no edges here, is there? So it's really easy to mess up your straight lines with this stuff. Oops. Alright, so the path is a little bit wobbly. We'll call it au naturel. Okay, so visually it's not too bad. I can't draw a straight line to save myself, and I'm going to actually leave. Okay, that's probably going to drive me crazy. Let's just go back to our surfaces, grab that thing out, make it the dark color we had, and we might just see if we can't smooth that line just a little bit. All right, that'll do. So that is the vegetable patch side of the vegetable patch done. Which means basically what we've got left is the orchard side of things, which is going to happen along here. We've got the back wall where we're going to put our tomatoes interspersing our grapevines, and I wanted to see if I could put a garden shed over the top, and actually I will do that now because I'm really curious. I want to put a garden shed over the top of our bunker to hide it. I don't think it's going to work, but hey, you never know until you try. Architecture constructions. Do we have a garden shed lurking? No. Garden stairs. I still can't get those to work. Well, not the way I want them to. That's probably the point of it. Other. Garden sheds are under other. So we're going to just buy one. And I want to put it right there. And it's not going to let me. Okay, well that answers that question. Right. We have this side to do, and what basically this side is just going to be a lot of fruit trees. And what I might do is intersperse them with raspberry bushes and blueberry bushes and whatnot, so that by the time you get to this point, you've actually got a screen of trees and a screen of bushes, so that you've got that privacy to move around in this area fairly unobserved. But that is where we're going to leave it today. I might just grab a photo of this while I can. Maybe. Alright, we'll grab that. And then we'll come this way and we'll grab that. So it's a fairly wild looking veggie patch. So you can't see the vegetable patches in here, which is great for the garden, the guy who doesn't want them seen, and not so great for me when I want a picture of them. Alright. We just grab a shot of that center garden. So just because you're heading to survive the apocalypse doesn't mean your garden can't look nice and be useful. But that is where I'll leave you for today. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. I will see you around.